What is up, everyone? How are y'all doing? Welcome to another Saturday build stream. What's up, Neb? I see you. Crafted Cables, how you doing? I'm getting booed by Chewy. Okay. Shave my head again. What do you mean? Mr. Osiris, how's Mercury? I don't know. Never been there. Vogon, how you doing? Looking forward to this chonky build, dude. If you're not familiar with the S7 Elephant, it is quite a thick boy. This guy is 256k. It has been a while. How have you been? Neb needs to buzz your head again too. I do need to get my hair cut, but I don't want to buzz my head again. Let the dog build the board. I think he wants to stay in bed. Look, bud. It's like, all right, I'm done. He's like, I'm gonna go back to. He's like, I'm gonna go lay down now. I said hi. Where in Texas are you based out? We're out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which I know that that's a large place, but yes, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But we'll sneak preview. quite the board. This thing is unnecessarily big for being a 65%. So I'm really excited to build this thing. Chewy clipped it. Nice. Nice. Is anyone else doing fun keyboard stuff today? Is anyone else building, lubing, waiting on something to come in stock that they can purchase? Is everyone just kind of chilling, hanging out, having a good time?
Nighttime here, so chilling.
Vogon PT, appreciate the 3 months. Twitch Prime, nighttime here, just chilling. Nice, nice. Bawajin, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Nebulant, trying to make himself not only the color master, but the graph master as well. Gonna be all about the graphs. All right. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this big old boy. So I got this in yesterday. I obviously posted a picture of it on Instagram. If you didn't see it, be sure to follow us on Instagram. We've put up all of Chewy's collection, and then we're putting up my collection. So we've got the full collection picture, but we're still working on the individual photos. So if you want to check out the boards that Chewy and myself own, the ones that we use every day, a little blurb about them, follow us on Instagram. We're enjoying putting up new content up there. It's a good time. I like this packaging. This is nice. Cute little elephant logo ever present on it. Pretty nice little box action going on. Some of this stuff doesn't actually come typically with it, but was included by the client. The thing should come in a crate. What up, Brez? Still waiting for the Bella group buy to go live? That's how it goes sometimes. You're just sitting there. You get hyped about something that's an interest check, and then it just indefinitely is postponed. Got our bump-ons. ECB did already check this guy earlier this morning. Some gloves that were included as well. Then Mac Daddy, the thickness. Is this a personal board? No, it is not a personal board. Good Lord, this thing's so heavy. It was shrink wrapped, but I think if you like from group buy, it was in a different packaging. But oh my gosh. So heavy. But I want to take a look at it because it is an interesting design. All about bezels with the S7 Elephant. As you can see, thick bezels, side profile action. As you can see, it does kind of slope down in the front, which is really nice. Is there any custom keyboard making it kit cheaper than the GK61? I would check out the Novel Keys NK65. It's a pretty good deal. Not crazy expensive. I'm not exactly sure how much the GK61 is, but NK65 is pretty freaking sweet. But yeah, you can see this does have, it says mounting points up at the top, which is, or well, not mounting points, but to attach to the bottom on the top of the board, which is definitely different. And then I will say I am not a fan of this aspect of the board. I am not a fan that the bump-ons cover the screw points. That seems weird to me. Yeah, it's definitely a point where I'm just like, really? Why'd you have to do this? Why'd you have to put the bump-ons over the screws? Like, you literally could have just put the bump-ons like here or here and here. You got space. It's not like there's a massive, it's not like there's a lack of space here to do it. We should. Also, they did do a fantastic job with the weight. A lot of times with engravings like that, you'll have machine marks, tooling marks in the actual weight, and there is none to speak of here. It's not super deep, but yeah, they did a really good job with machining the weight and making sure that it was super clean, didn't have any marks. I know on the original run of these, they did have some issues with these being, they were PVD coated, and they did not have the best luck, as is the case with a lot of PVD things. Do I think it's worth to lube Telio V2s? I think it's worth it to lube really just about any Switch. Like, I'm trying to think of a Switch that's you wouldn't want to lube, maybe like the Novel Key Silks. Or like box switches, you can lube them, but it's very difficult. But I wanna take apart this board. Where can I pick up some lube? Get it at switchmod.net/mechsondeck. They do runs every day. Guys out there, you can pick it up at Novel Keys. There's a bunch of different other vendors that typically have lube available for purchase, but switchmod.net/mechsondeck is kind of our preferred spot. Get 4% off using that link, so definitely check that out. Make sure that I get the right one. Factory lube. Yeah, switchmod.net/mechsondeck. If you either go there and use code mechsondeck at checkout, or do /mechsondeck, you'll get 4% off. Any in-stock items. We're running GMK beta right now, which if you're looking for a key set, pretty nice. Nice little colorway as well. For a classic styling. Factory lube is never consistent. Honestly, the silks are actually pretty freaking good. And the fact that it's 205 grade 0 and not some like weird random lube is kind of nice. because that's been the problem with like the drop pandas, for instance. It was like some random lube that just didn't feel very good, didn't really work very well, and was just super, talk about inconsistent. That was like the poster child for inconsistency. Silks are good, but it feels more like there's improvement with relubing. I think the reason why silks, people say that, is because the silks are lubed very lightly. And I think that a lot of people prefer more lube than what the silks provide from stock. That makes sense. Is there a better lube? You know, when they restock? I mean, they do restocks every single day. It's 50 orders per day for Switch mod. I'd say, honestly, probably pick up a little bit of everything. If you're trying to just do linears, maybe just pick up some 205 grade 0. Either way, I would definitely pick up some 205 grade 0. If you filmed them, they sound amazing. Absolutely. Oof. So this is a look at how interesting. Look at how recessed the screws are for the top mount. They're so far in there. Oh man. This is the first time I've opened this up. I literally got this board yesterday, took the pictures, posted it, edited, posted it. Super clean on the inside. Ano's decent, it's good. I used to hate this thing and now I want one so freaking bad. That's a lot of things in the community though, right, Neb? Like, your tastes change over time. This is a little bit more of a... This is a little bit rougher Ano than used to lately, although... Got like one board that's anode now. I have 3 Ceric. White finish, a palm board, and then my iron is, you know, but yeah, this is, I thought this would be thicker, honestly. Thought this would be thicker. Like, it's funny that they made this board so large, but then they put like a relatively small weight and like made this not super thick. Totally could have made this board so much more obnoxious by making this like way thicker and the weight like this entire bottom. Knock on the base. That's what the bass sounds like. You could hear that. Saw it come through a little bit. All right, let's get this black aluminum plate out of here. Just looking it over. There is some kind of like, I don't know if you can see that. There's some like marks, like some tooling scuffs. The inside where the plate is. Other than that, it's pretty solid. Hook marks around these holes. That's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Ryo Knucci, thank you for the tier 1. Ryu Kuchi, not Nucci. Kuchi? Thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. I probably said that wrong still. You know, I'm bad. Big dumb. It's okay. What kind of dog do I have? He is a... Yes, I don't really actually know. I have when I adopted him from the vet, they told me that he was a blue heeler mix. And I don't know if that's correct. I think he's more than likely either a Catahoula pointer mix or a blue heeler pointer mix. But he's much larger than they had initially told me he was going to be. Because initially they told me he was going to be like a small to medium-sized dog. And he is... Like, they told me he's going to be about 40 pounds. And then he was like 40 pounds like when he was like 5 months old. So... Because he's like 75 pounds now. He's not huge. I would say he's still a medium-sized dog. He's just a decently sized boy. He's a good boy though. You build keyboards for clients. Yes, we do. This is for a friend. This is not a personal build. These are really small screws on the plate. But yes, we totally do. Come on, get out of there. Did everyone have a good week? The sport is so well named. Yeah, it is. Anyone getting any crazy buys this week? Anyone pick up any of the key sets that are running? Maybe you were lucky and you picked up a 3080. This thing's... It's like a hunk of aluminum. Like, I imagine, like, the manufacturer for this, when they got this, they were like, wait, they don't want us to really cut down the billet of aluminum? They just want us to, like, make these small cuts? Okay. Like, this is just a fat chunk of aluminum. Neb, I will say that I am glad that you are at home currently and not out. You know what I'm talking about, Neb. I tried for the 3080, didn't manage to snag one. Smoke in the air, dude. Didn't they just have an earthquake in the West Coast right now? Just got Rudy in the mail the other day. It's amazing. That's good to hear. I'm always excited to hear about sets shipping and people being excited for them. And them being good. Like, feel like with GMK over the last like 4 or 5 months, we've had a lot of issues, and whether they're like actual like really bad issues or not is kind of up in the air for some of them, but I feel like there's been a lot of complaints, so it's nice to start hearing that sets like Bingsu, Rudy are coming out and people are really enjoying them. It's really good to hear. Posted want to buy for Rudy Dark Alphas, didn't realize there was a Dark Alpha kit. Yeah, there was. Put that down. This is the plate we're using today. This is an aluminum, just aluminum plate. Nothing too crazy about this. Pretty simple. I know Mentorly built one of these a couple months back with palm plate, which looked pretty cool. This is pretty basic. Nothing too crazy here. This is the classic plate material in the community. So we are using GMK stabs today. I want to get glasses similar to yours. Are those comfy on my face? They are. The problem is that with these, is that I think they're a little long, like the actual, this portion is a little long. And so they droop forward a bit more than I would like. They don't stay back as much, but they're not super expensive. They're Warby Parker. Both Chewy and I are avid fans of the Warby Parker lineup of glasses because they're pretty inexpensive. When you buy a pair, they give a pair to someone in need. Neb, very true, very true. You are welcome. They have tons of different options. You can get stuff that's like, you can get these exact glasses. They have them in different colors. You could get a bunch of different stylings that are like of similar design tastes. You want to get like the real popular in Korea, like they're just like straight up circles. You get those as well. And they do like at-home try-ons where if there's like 5 pairs that you really want to try out, they'll send them to you. And like their pricing's really fair. Like it's really, really fair. All right, so these are GMK stabs. So we do gotta clip them before we get to lubing. What that is, if you've never seen GMK stabs, which I assume maybe some of you haven't used them because like the last 6 to 9 months of the hobby, they haven't been really used as much. Basically, these GMK stabs have these little legs. Come on. See them? See those little legs? See that little guy right there? The little forks. You gotta cut those mugs off as they slap against your PCB. That is the palm board sound. It sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty freaking good. These switches we're using today. I very much enjoy the way my Sirius sounds. I mean, the cream switches is very much a switch, in my opinion, that gets better over time. It may not feel and sound amazing at first, but as you use it, it gets better and better. It ages like a fine wine. Although I guess that doesn't really make sense because fine wine you just kind of let sit there. Whereas this gets better with use. But hey, you know what? Close enough. Close enough. One thing that a lot of people forget to do when they're snipping their GMK stabs, you gotta make sure that you even out on this leg right here. It kind of protrudes a little bit. See if you can see how it like goes a little bit further in. You gotta make sure you even that up. Whether you like sand it down or you just snip it kind of like crossways like that. Because the whole thing is that you're trying to prevent this contact that doesn't necessarily need to happen, that is happening with these stabs. You gotta make sure that you snip it, get it out of there. I know people that don't do that, and it ends up sounding weird. Sold your Sirius this past summer. Miss it so much. Was the best keyboard. Dude, the Sirius is so good for from a value standpoint. So it's just such a solid board. It's super portable, which I think is an undervalued attribute to a lot of things. I'm literally building a board that is probably the least portable 65 or 70 technically percent that has existed as of now. But yeah, Sirius is good. Sirius is really good. I'm excited for what Project Keyboard is doing and what they continue to do. I think Tengu will be shipping in the next couple months. That finishes up soon, which I know people will be really excited for. As well as, they're still working on getting the Kendo all set up and ready to go. Valkyrie at some point, they've got a lot of stuff. Plus all the key sets they're doing. They're doing lots of cool stuff over there. Thinking of getting a U80A Sequence 2, just can't decide on the color though. Looped Helios, what's up, my dude? Alright, Steph Keys. You gotta think about it. Do you want to lock yourself in to a certain subset of key sets? Because realistically, the best color in Sequence 2 is Sage. And it is not even close in my opinion. But are you okay with locking yourself in? Because that won't work with a lot of key sets. Lutios, I have been doing great, man. Been doing fantastic. I was feeling like poop earlier this week, even all the way up to yesterday, but now I am feeling better. I woke up this morning and I didn't feel like crap, so that was a big positive for me. Do you think they'll have more Sirius in stock? Yes. Yeah, I know that that's something that he's trying to continue to innovate on and continually restock. If that's something you're interested in picking up a Sirius, definitely sign up for their newsletters. Now I have to buy a Sage U80A. Do it, man. I'm mad because the port was such a pretty color. The off-white I think is interesting, but it's a weird off-white. I'm not as much of a fan of it as I would be if it was I don't know, closer to a Mao white. It does look interesting though. Did they not run the port? They ran port in round 1, but they're not running it in Sequence 2. Yeah, Soya is more of a beige. Exactly. Yeah, it looks more like a sandstorm. Yeah, Moon does always look pretty good. But Port looked so good. Gatoron Black's good, or the Gatoron Browns? Those are about pretty similar in terms of quality between the two. I would say that if you're looking to purchase a linear switch, that's equal levels in linear to tactile, right? They're both decent at what they are, but they're not amazing, right? If you're looking at linears, maybe go and look at something like an H1 or a mauve or a silk. Anything that's JWK linear will be a little bit better than a Gatoron black. If you're looking to stay in that Gatoron price point, I would say check out the yellows. Those are generally a more popular switch that people enjoy much more. And then Gatoron browns, if you want something that's light tactility, that's kind of like your best bet. But if you want something that's going to be a little bit more tactile and have a larger bump, go for something like a T1 or a Lilac, or even the new navy switches. As well as, I mean, there's tons of offerings you can get. I mean, you could just get the halos off drop. Do I think sage will look good on beige/vintage style caps? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, your H1s in this elephant. Yep. Right here. Can't remember. Let me look. The silk switch is back in stock. Yeah, silk switches in red are back in stock, which those are pre-lubed, and dry are back in stock in red as well. So I mean, they're pretty light, but you can always get new springs for them. Change out the springs. 74 gram springs, pretty good. I can't remember what's the 78 gram. That's what I thought. $70 Gatoron blues, $70 Gatoron browns, and 70. I mean, that's a pretty good deal, honestly, but are you really going to want to use those in your board? Like, that's the thing. Like, don't focus so much on trying to get a good deal and try to get something that you're going to enjoy. Because if you spend a bunch, if you save a bunch of money by getting something that's a quote unquote good deal on whether it's Mac Market or just in general, and you end up selling it later just to buy something that you really wanted in the first place, you're going to end up spending more money than if you just get exactly what you want. That makes sense. Like, just be, I don't know. And if you have no idea what switches you want to use, just buy like 10 switches of like half the switches they have on Novel Key's website, and then you can try them all out, see what you like, and then go from there. It's detrimental to get lube on the switch leaves. I mean, not really. If you get a crap load of it, like if you're putting a giant blob, it can, because it can actually cause issues with within the leaf. But more often than not, no, it'll be fine. If you're gonna respring silks, you might want to just get dry and lube them when you respring them. Yeah. I mean, unless you don't like know what you like for lube. or like, I don't know. Everyone has their own preference for lube, like in terms of how much is used, and like has their own techniques. Whereas if you're just starting out, I mean, the silks are a great starting point to like beginning to understand the difference between a lubed switch and a non-lubed switch. Yeah, you'd need a ton of non-conductive lube for it to cause issues, yeah. Here has tried slow springs, and if I like 55 grams standard springs, should I go for more or less weight on slow springs? I mean, man, I can't answer that question for you, so that might be a chat helpful one, because I am not a slow or light spring person. No one would lube stem legs if lube on switch sleeves really cause problems. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna be fine most of the time, but if you just are like, yeah, here, let me just fill up this entire bottom housing with lube, then you might run into some issues. But more often than not, you're fine. Like, I wouldn't worry about it. Considering half the drop pandas that I got initially had like small blobs of lube on the stem legs, which was fantastic. Really made me happy to see. Would not go lower than your preferred weight. Yeah, listen to Scott Water. I have no idea about low spring weight, because 55 gram normal springs for me is like basically unusable. Basically unusable. It depends on what kind of stabilizers are in there. I'm not familiar with that board. So if it has like similar, to GMK or Cherry style stabilizers, you can always lift the stabilizer up. So like, I'll show you in a second. Here, let me just lube this. I'll just lube this stem real quick so I can put one in a housing so I can show you. It's too much. Later on, browns feel unusable. Definitely significantly less tactility than Xylants or Kiwis. I mean, Kiwis are just T1s in a different housing, and then Xylants are Zeal V2s, but they sound like wet farts, in my opinion. And I say that owning a Zeal V2 board. Or, well, I have a Zelio and a Xylant board, but Really just pull that. You just pulled that stem right out of the house. All right. You still hear Mr. Luke Zombie, Luke 8 Zombie. Let me show you what you can do. You have a wire that is causing you issues. All right. So you have your stabilizer. It's in your board. And you're like, man, this thing sounds terrible. It's real rattly. Well, what you can do is you take your switch off or your cap off. You pull the stem up. And see how you can kind of see in where that wire is? You can actually put some lube in there, whether it's 205 grade 0. If you can't get that, you can use dielectric grease or super lube. I know Mentorly does what she has coined as plugging the butt, I think is what she does, and she puts it in there, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you can do that, and typically that will help with a little bit of the rattle. It won't make them overall smoother because you're not doing any adjustments to the actual housing or insert, but it should help a little bit with the rattle if you can kind of push some lube in there. Because realistically, in lubing switch your stabilizers, the wire is the most important part. Like, by far, the wire is the most important part in the prevention of rattle. Should I be worried about over-lubing stabs and getting dielectric grease on the stems? Figured it wasn't a big deal. It's the thing is, like Chewy, my partner in crime, he enjoys like super like heavily lubed stabs. So it's really like preference there. I would say if you enjoy the way it feels, then just do you. Like, it doesn't have to be super clean on the outside. Like, that's more of an aesthetic thing. If you enjoy it, then just do you. It doesn't matter if it's messy. Like, as long as it's not like actually hurting anything, you know, you're fine. But I think people tend to try to keep it clean just because of the aesthetic portion of it, and they don't want lube to get all over the bottom of the keycaps, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things, if you enjoy the way it feels and you don't care about how it looks, go for it, dude. Go for it. Just lube them up. As long as it returns. If it stops returning, then you might need to calm down a little bit. It's like, if you go watch stab lubing guides on YouTube, you'll get different techniques from every person. Because it also comes down to like typing style as well. Like if you are a super heavy typer, and a more heavily lubed switch and more heavily lubed stab is going to feel a little bit better to you. Because you're putting so much more pressure on that. Whereas if you're a very light touch typist, heavy lube, not going to be your best friend because things might get they might feel weird, they might feel too slow. So I mean, I know a lot of people that literally they'll lube, like when they lube stabs, they lube the housing and not the stem, or vice versa. I lube both because I think it feels better that way. Personally. I mash, so heavy springs and liberal lubing is what works for me. Exactly. Also, what up, Lokage? Mokugi? I don't know how to say your name. You shouldn't be worried about overlubing stabs. It's one of those things where almost no one goes overboard at the start. Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those things that's like, always test your stabs. It's easily fixable. Like, the thing too is that like dielectric grease itself also breaks down over time and starts to get like kind of, it's not that it breaks down, it gets like gunky. Like, it holds on to, it does not react well to like the oils of like hair and like food and stuff, and it sometimes will begin to harden a little bit and gets real weird, starts to not feel as good. So same thing with Superlube. Superlube just like legitimately just is like, I'm not here anymore, by the way. Only you know just how much lube stabs can actually, yeah, for sure. I mean, there are some people that will lube their stabs so much to the point where it will not return, and then they back it off after that. Like they back it off so that way it's like peak lubeness while still returning. Because that's just what they're into. That's what they enjoy. That's what they like. There's nothing wrong with it. Because it's what they like. As long as you enjoy it. You know what I'm really excited for? That football is back. And I may not look like it, but I do enjoy myself some college and professional football. Today's stream brought to you by Preference. I mean, it's just like anything, right? Like, it's all about what you like. People on the internet are gonna tell you this is how you should do it. There's really no, like, this isn't a hobby built on customization. There's no exact way to do literally just about anything. All the sports this month, absolutely. Baylor fans, so the past 2 weeks have sucked. Yeah, got a new coach. It's not looking too hot. Who are my teams? So I was born into a family of Oklahoma Sooners. So little Boomer Sooner action. They are not playing this week. They have a game against Kansas State next week. They're getting lucky because like half of the world has decided not to do college football. They're number 3 in the country, which I think is a little bit excessive, but we'll see. And then as far as pros, I really enjoy playing fantasy football. I've been in the same fantasy football league with my brother and a couple friends and a couple of his friends for like 10 years. I don't have a very good team because I thought I wasn't in the league anymore and I got auto drafted, but you know what? I'm going to still follow my former Oklahoma Sooners. My boy Baker won, beat Burrow last night or 2 nights ago. So I'm happy for them. They bounced back after getting their asses handed to them by the Ravens. Kyler Murray's doing well. That's good to see. I'm betting on the fact that Jalen Hurts is going to start at least 4 games this season because Carson Wentz and getting injured is like a match made in heaven, apparently. Boomer Sooner's the best fight song in the NCAA. Prove me wrong. Dude, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I do not agree, but I have no proof. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like another famous song that they just made into their own. I'm looking at you, University of Texas. Although I will say the Texas A&M fight song and like Texas A&M like traditions just in general, pretty freaking cool. And it sucks that Texas A&M doesn't get to play Texas anymore. Because I went to that game one year, and that was pretty pretty solid. Discord. I see you. But yeah. Chewy, do you know what time? Or is that in the... Sec? I purposely avoid UT versus A&M so much that it's getting ridiculous. It's way too much. So, if you were not aware, I believe, is it just that? Yeah. So, the Brutal 60 will be restocking tomorrow. Which, if you are not familiar with the Brutalist line of boards from Canon Keys, they are fantastic options that are not crazy expensive, but are super high quality for what you get. So I will say, if you are looking to get a new keyboard right now, you don't work Stream Deck, check out our link to canonkeys.com/mexondeck. Use that, it does help us out. But yeah, pick up a Brutal 60. I don't have a Brutal 60, but I can show off a thank you for the 1 biddy, Gnarly Charlie, for you. So the Brutal 60 is of a similar design style as this 75%, just in a 60. So imagine this was like this big, just like this. but it looks about the same. Yeah, it's going to restock tomorrow. So it'll restock tomorrow. So, and it's pretty nice board. It'll be basically this same design aesthetic, but in a 60%. I'm not sure what colors you will have, but they're also, it's really nice. They come with FR4 plates, which is a pretty cool experience. Yeah, they feel and they sound really good. They definitely punch way above their weight in terms of price. So be on the lookout for those tomorrow. I think Chewy is trying to figure out what time that's happening at. Hopefully it's not super early. But yeah, if you're looking for a 60%, pretty solid option. Nice little top mount board. Dude, this week is big for keyboards. What else is happening this week? Must be out of the loop. No, he just announced that GMK Red Dragon's running in October. Apiary set is running on Project Keyboard in October as well. So October should be pretty hot month for key sets, as it was last year. NK65 entry, milkshake. True. Actually true. Those are both fantastic options. The milkshake looks so cute. It looks so freaking cute. Because the milkshake entry comes with keycaps, right? Comes with a PBT set. Which is a pretty good deal. Pretty solid choice. If you're wondering, why did I dip the spacebar wire but not these 2Us? That's because I like the spacebar a little bit more lubied on the wire. A little bit more looby-doobied. It's a lot more force there. A lot larger of a keycap. Tends to be the first one to go in terms of once a build has been used for a while. The rattle kind of shows up quicker. I always like to put a little extra there. Cap, switches, cable, case, yeah. I would totally buy the milkshake edition if I could swing it. Exactly, me too, honestly. But I don't need it. About to replace your Tofu 60 with that Brutal. That's a solid upgrade. It's not like too crazy, like you're not going like that's I feel like that's like the appropriate next step in a keyboard journey. Right? Like that's one thing that Chewy and I talk about pretty regularly on this channel is the keyboard journey approach, like going through the paces, learning, appreciating every step of the way. Because like just because I have an Iron 165 and a Bauer doesn't mean I can't appreciate a Brutal or a Tofu or an NK65 milkshake edition. Or to one to mess around with, keep it, like, definitely give it as a gift for a friend. Exactly. You really need anything in this hobby though? I mean, no, but at the same time, that could be said about a lot of things in life, right? Like, do you really need the car that you have, right? Like, you got a fancy car. If you're driving around in a Mercedes or BMW or something crazier, do you really need that? No, you could be driving around in like a Chevy Sonic for like $15,000 and you could have like 7 of them. But hey, you don't. Because there's nothing wrong with driving like a Chevy Sonic. It's all about, you know, preference. It's all about what you can get, what you enjoy, what you're looking for. Every year is the year of the TKL. Exactly. TKLs just exist. They just exist. They're never out of style. They're never hot, and they're never, like, old. If that makes sense. Like, they're always just, like, they're always going to be running more TKLs. There always is going to be more options. Someone's always going to be doing something cool with the TKL layout, like... There's always going to be an option that's like super basic, but like very pretty. Like TKLs are just like probably the most consistently like used and high quality layout in the hobby. Because like right now, 60%'s a nice 60% is kind of hard to come by. Right? Like you got a lot of you know, there's like the Brutals, which are great boards, but there's not really a whole lot that's coming out that's like that super high tier, right? That's trying to be the next Key Cult. It seems like that's kind of all fallen to the 65%. They're the pizza of keyboards. Every town has pizza, and even bad pizza is kind of okay. Dude, I agree with you. Banter shit. I almost put it upside down. Alright. Stabs. Maybe done. What do I think of the Pandora 60? I think aesthetically that board looks pretty cool. It has a lot of design elements like kind of mixed together, which is interesting. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't understand what the usage of the potentiometer on the what the knob on the back would do. Like what? I wouldn't use that. That would just be a, hey, I'm gonna destroy my arm while playing Overwatch because I play with my keyboard at like this angle. So it would just like, hey, that's gonna cut my wrist. But that's just me personally. Alright. Boys in. Tested. Yeah, encoder placement is not optimal in the Pandora. I mean, I think it's cool and it could really work for some people, but for me personally, it's just like, that's not a place that I would enjoy. We are doing the wrong layout of 6.25 and full backspace today. But hey, you know, that's what the customer wants. That's what the client has requested. So that's what we're going with. Sometimes you can't convince them. Sometimes you just got to roll with it. You got to go with the flow. Take them as it comes. Let me just change my volume real quick. Matches all the keys. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a really cool addition to the board. But I think in my exact use case of a board, I would not be able to utilize it the way that it's intended half the time because of the way that I use my keyboards. So and I think the side LEDs thing is really cool for those RGB lovers out there. Also not for me, but hey. A really long angled lever on a Pandora encoder. That's also true. That would be cool. Also, it comes in like cool colored polycarb, I think. I can't remember if they decided to continue with that, but I'm down for dyed polycarb. Like the Moon Tower boards from ATX KB. Those things are nuts. The red, purples, they all look great. Not to mention the weight on that board just looks fantastic. It's like a stick shift. Exactly. Stabs nice and tighten them up, and then we'll test them out. Excuse me. Excuse me. What other boards are y'all excited for? Anyone get in on the weave-in? I know that finished up a couple weeks back in terms of the buy. I don't like encoders at all on boards. Nothing I would want to use them for. Kind of same, because I don't adjust my volume ever. Like on my... Like I don't ever adjust my Windows volume. And that's because the audio interface that I use has a giant encoder at the top. Okay, 11 a.m. Eastern is when the Brutals will restock. I imagine that's what Chewy is talking about. So keep your eyes peeled, bookmark the link, and get yourself a fantastic board for not a lot of money. Encoders are fun for zooming in. I was too slow for the Singa Jaguar. Did that happen today? I feel so behind on a lot of stuff. Try not to tempt myself, especially as of late, because I'm still out of the job. mics. I mean, I'm personally not super comfortable with that. If you're looking to pick up something, the Brutal 60 is dropping tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you can head on over to canonkeys.com/mechsondeck, bookmark that, and pick one up tomorrow. And then we would be more than happy to build one for you. But as far as like actually like holding your money and buying something for you, like that's not something that I'm like, I know that Chewy and I are very interested in. Then just give us all the pieces. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then we'll go from there. We'll put it together for you. Breaking in stock H1s for over a month now. You can hear and feel the improvements. Interesting. Alright, I gotta make sure I don't mess this up because it's been me and the 6.25 spacebar. It's been a minute. Hot minute. Alright. It is, in fact, the right slot. Why don't you like 6.25 spacebar? It's not actually because of the spacebar. It's because of the rest of the bottom row. I like the evenness of the 7U bottom row. I think it just aesthetically is more pleasing. On here, it's not as big of a deal because it's just, you know, 65%. So it's going to be a little bit funky either way. So, I don't know why this guy own. I like Wind Keyless. Wind Keyless is my jam. That is my jam. Yeah, 6.25 or 65%. I would say that extends to 75% as well. Neb. Not gonna lie, the full backspace in here gonna be way far down. Whoop. Ah, there it is. Okay. I'm going to do what I was talking about earlier. There is a slight little bit of rattle. I can hear back. Right. Sorry, left space bars. if that... This is it. We have a commissions page. We do not. You can just either PM myself or Chewy on Discord. We can get you taken care of. Alright. Most unloop switches slowly improve over time. Blocker and the arrows that make it work. Yeah. Love the bins I found. Oh yeah, these for keycaps. They are solid. I do need to fix this spacebar stab. This is a little rattly. Just want to open it up, take a gander at the wire, see what's going on with it. You're talking about my mouse bungee? Dude, it's the Zowie one. It's not crazy. It's like a thing, dude. It's a thing. You got a cable, you need a bungee. It helps a ton. Trust me. I know. This one. What's wrong with my mouse bungee? Why are you hating? Why are you hating on my mouse bungee? It makes it so I don't have drag. Like Neb said. I'm gonna go pretty all out on this. Put a pretty little sizable bead on the end. Not sizable, but I'm gonna put a little bead on the end. I ain't hating. I think I want. Yeah, they're pretty solid. I mean, this one's kind of unnecessarily expensive. I know Glorious makes one that's pretty inexpensive. Razer makes one that's not bad. I mean, you don't have to get one that's too crazy. But they definitely are worth it if you use a wired mouse. It helps out significantly in keeping you from not only ruining any kind of cable management you got going on, but is a noticeable change in the drag. Hey bro, it's my first stream. Well, welcome, big boy Desi. How are you doing? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. We're putting together an elephant. Not an actual one, but a keyboard named the elephant. It'd be kind of weird if I was putting together an actual elephant. I don't think that's possible, because they're an animal and not an object that you can physically create. If you're new here, you should join our Discord. ! Discord in chat will take you there. There's lots of cool people. They like to hang out and talk things about keyboards and talk about how much we wish we didn't spend so much money on keyboards, but we also love them at the same time. Come join us. We don't do just builds here on Max on Deck. We do builds as well as Tuesdays and Wednesday evenings. We have talk shows where Tuesdays, Chewy and myself talk about keyboards, talk about the community, talk about what's going on, what's happening. Sometimes, like last week, we do viewer submitted streams where you can submit questions, ask us the way we feel about things, what our favorite things are. And then Wednesday nights, we do special guest streams where we bring on someone from the community, where we talk about different things in the community. We talk about what they've done, what they're doing next. It's a grand old time. It's a grand old time. I say I'm done. I'm taking a break. And then something comes out and I can't not have it. You're addicted. That's called addiction. Welcome to keyboards. Elephant, nice. Yeah. Review for the tube. Welcome, my dude. ES 121 electric screwdriver, so much better than the WOW stick. See, true. But the WOW stick, it's so inexpensive, and I already own it now. I already have it. So I don't have to buy something else. I'm going to build my first keyboard. It's hot swap. I don't have a soldering iron. Well, welcome to the hobby. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. It's not as bad as I just made it out to seem. It's actually pretty alright. People are pretty cool. You should look at SA DualShot from Dixie. You can go to maxondeck.dixiemac.com, pick up SA DualShot. I think it'll look great. I'm really excited because I have GMK DualShot coming, and I know Chewy is going to get SA DualShot, so we'll have some pretty cool content there. I just bent a pin, so I'm a little bit frustrated with that. But you know what I'm not frustrated with? How sexy SA DualShot looks. Because it looks mighty fine. It's a nice looking PCB. Love the black. Me too. I like the black plate as well. I think it looks great. Well, enjoy your stay, Mr. Desi. I love the elephant cut out on the plate and the solder mask with it. Yeah. It looks so nice. Or that way. Put you there. All right, let's get this going. Let me get my iron ready to go. So we can move right into the solder. I need you right now. There. Might need you. Yeah, a couple more switches in here. Alright. It has been a hot minute since I've done a something like this, where I have to actually like It's open. This is no longer a big thing anymore, where it's just like an open cutout on the plate. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad that it's gone. This is the first one I've had to do in a hot minute. That is in fact a Heiko FX 888D. Dude, Nim, essay sets, they look so good though. Like, they look amazing in person. I meant to this morning go through all of this, but I don't know which key set I want to use. I don't know if I'm going to use 9s. I don't know if I'm going to use minimal. I don't know if I'm going to take a key set off of something else and use that. But I need one. This is my only thing that I don't enjoy about using these, is that trays make it a little bit easier when you're looking for keys. It's really open. Crap. Why is highlight message? I need to make this worthwhile. Please stay hydrated, my friend. You are wonderful, and we all love you. Thank you, Neb. Appreciate it. Worthwhile. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's okay. You know, it was so expensive because when we did our 24-hour stream, we made it to where it was, you paid 5,000 points and you got your message on a desk mat that we ended up giving away at the end of the stream. Which was a pretty cool little deal, I thought. I need one more. I gotta make sure I don't mess this up. Boy howdy. Hey, there's a broken panda housing. Thank you for the follow, Big Boy Desi. Appreciate it. Ah, I found you. Alright. Yeah, right. One there. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. I think this is a different layout in the bottom row. For whatever reason, I think it's like, it's not. Or is it this? It's not this. Crazy. This should still work. Well, I'm trying to look at the group by page, but all the pictures don't have a yeah, I don't think this will work like this. I think you have to do a 1/over for everything. I'm not sure. All the pictures on the group by page have a different bottom row. It's 3, 1.256. Yeah. Yeah, no. I know, but I'm saying that's normally what it is. But none of the group by pictures have that. Yeah, I mean, that's correct right there. Is this with or without? Okay. This is without. So then it would be two 1.5s on this side, right? Where this is bottom rows are bitch. Yeah, it's two. It would be two 1.5s on this. Or I guess you could technically do the like 1U thing, like a NK65. But this is why PCBs shouldn't be built like that. I'm not PCBs. Plates. Do whatever the fuck.
Record some ambience and put it in this track.
All right. Please no. The 1Us. All right. There we go. You don't like the 1U? It's just blah 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 blah. I don't either, so. But no, I think people on this board do 1.75, 1.75. Or more than that. Where is it? Is the group I form... I guess that's because it's 70. That is totally why. I'm big wrong. Yeah. Or you can do... Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Big dumb. I don't know if he wants stepped caps lock or not, but I'm giving him more normal. Feels bad, man. You want stepped caps lock? These messages. Stash, how you doing, my dude? How's work going? Are you enjoying your new job? Are you still looking like rocking the sun-kissed skin? So hot you'd melt a popsicle? No, it fucking blows. You gotta do what you gotta do. Feed the family. Get ready for that baby. Babies are expensive. I know my my nephew's first birthday is in 2 weeks. Celebrating his... as my brother and sister-in-law have dubbed it, his rookie year. See, I feel like I need to use 9s just because of the like dark aesthetic of using the, you know, the black GMK stabs, the black H1s, and the black aluminum plate with a black PCB. I love the first B days. Yeah, the thing that sucks is like it would have been a much bigger ordeal if the Rona times weren't upon us. Because I know they wanted to have like a bunch of friends over, but because of that, it's just going to be family. So it's only going to be like 6 or 7 people, which will still be a lot of fun, but miss hanging out with people. 9s is in fact a good set. It is one of my favorite sets, personally. I'm not gonna lie, I just pushed that switch in beat with like in time with the music, and it felt kind of good. You ever like notice that like you'll be at the grocery store and there's music playing, and then you realize that you're walking to the beat of the music, and then you just like all of a sudden feel like that's the soundtrack to your life right now. And then you think about it a little bit harder and you realize that it's like Kelly Clarkson, and you're like, oh, I'm not actually that cool. That totally happens to me all the time. It's like you're walking through and you're listening and Firework by Katy Perry's playing, and you're like, yeah, bitch, I'm a firework. While you're just shopping at Kroger, trying to pick out which cereal you want to eat for the next 2 weeks. These are things that I think about. Some would say that I'm crazy. Thanks, Stash. Appreciate it. I wish I could have cereal more. Are you lactose intolerant? Non-dairy milk is too expensive. Got it on the head. I don't drink milk very much. In fact, I buy like half gallons of milk and I drink like a quarter of them and then they're bad. Because I just don't drink milk. I'm not a milk guy. I buy 2 liters of milk. See, I'm just not a milk fan. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because my dad doesn't like milk, so we never really had a whole lot of milk growing up. My dad eats orange juice in his cereal. He's weird, I know. But he doesn't eat like normal people cereal. He eats like 17,000 grain cereal. It's like just eating sand. So it doesn't matter if it's got orange juice in it or not, because it's still sand. Alright. Just making sure that we don't have any bent pins. Because there's nothing worse than when you solder one side of a switch, you realize the other pin's bent. And you gotta desolder for no like fun reason. Right? Desoldering is fun when you're like excited about putting a new switch, but when you like are doing it for no reason, it's not fun. Okay, that switch is not actually bent, but kinda. Dude, no bent pins. Let's go. Kind of one half bent. Can I fix this without having to take it out? Probably not. Yeah, I can't. Go from the side. It's like not even really actually bent. It's just like kind of hooked. Yeah, like hooked, like a little hooky, little hook boy. Still would have been 100% solderable actually, because it was poking out, but not enough room to grab it. Stash, you saying what the hell to my dad eating cereal with orange juice? As if so, yeah. No, that's... how it goes. He's a weirdo. I know. He is a strange man. But you know what? You can't hate it, because he's like about to be 70 and he's like super healthy, so props to him. Alright, so I did already test this PCB earlier this morning. One thing that's important for you to always do, test out your PCB, make sure nothing's messed up, make sure none of your diodes are, make sure make sure they're all there. 2, make sure they're good. And once you've done that and you get your switches in, you get to this step. And you want to make sure, especially if your soldering iron's been sitting in a drawer, kind of been there for a while. Gets all oxidized, gets kind of grayed out. You want to make sure that thing's nice and bright and shiny when you go to solder your board. So throw a little solder on the end. Throw it in the old brass brush.
I am here.
Oh hey, okay. How you doing? Thanks for the tier 1 for 14 months. Stepped caps lock? Question mark? Stepped? Okay. Good thing you got here. All right. Thank you, 159, for the tier 1 for 14 months. Appreciate it. I think there is ever a reason to go full frame camera for what? Streaming? So the reason why a lot of streamers, including ourselves, use APS-C cameras is because not only is it an easier entry point for the actual camera itself, but lenses are significantly less expensive. The thing is like, this lens that you're looking at for the overhead is the most expensive lens for the Sony APS-C camera lineup. And it's like $1,300. Whereas on the actual, like a 24 to 70 G Master is like $2,500. So it's just like way more of an investment if you go full frame. And when you're streaming, it gets cut down so much that full frame, the benefits of full frame doesn't come across as apparent. Like it's easier to make an APS-C sensor look close when you're streaming. But if you were doing a lot of stuff, if you're doing a lot of stuff for like YouTube and stuff, then maybe, yeah, you'd get more benefits out of the full frame. One Skywalker. It depends on what switches you're trying to lube. Are you lubing linears? Are you lubing tactiles? God damn it. 159. Thank you for the 10 gifted tier 1 subs. Shout outs, Mr. 159. Go check out projectkeyboard.com go check out Project Keyboard at mexondeck.project.link. They'll be running GMK Noir next month, as well as he's got some extras up over there. Well, not extras, pre-orders for sets that he has run in the past couple months. You want to check those out. If you missed something, if you missed Perestrika, you missed Masterpiece, you may be able to get in on a set. Don't do that, they can't do video. What? This is my new account, so probs the Gator. Browns or blacks? Why did you make a new account? Did you get banned somewhere? You're weirding me out, my dude. But I would say pick up some 3204, pick up some 3203, pick up some 205 grade 0, try them out. Use the 205 on the blacks, use the 3203 on the browns. It's probably going to be pretty alright. Should be a good time. You know? Also, how can I make a non... I'm gonna make a non-hot swappable keyboard like the CK62 any better. I'm not gonna lie, dude, I don't know what a CK62 is. But, I mean, you can always change out the switches. You can always... I mean, let's see. Where that board is at. I mean, if you can open it up, you can desolder it. You can change out switches, lubed stabs, change the keycaps. It's all going to change the way that the board sounds. I mean, if you're willing to put the work into it. But some of those boards, they're hard to work on. So, can't really do a whole lot. Flap sound dampening under the PCB if there's room. Yeah, exactly. Well, happy birthday, my dude. And yeah, if you're got your heart set on that, then just pick one up. And then get yourself started. Dude. Thank you for gifting Nebulant a tier 1, Mr. 159. Appreciate it. And I'm sure Neb might appreciate it as well. Who knows? I don't know. I like to think that Neb likes me sometimes. Except for when I yell at him when we play Overwatch. But I like Neb. Now he hates you. Is this the new Razer keyboard? Dude, it totally is, man. They made a new keyboard called the Elephant with these like super overly crazy bezels, and you have to build it yourself. It's like unprecedented move by Razer. No, it's not. It's not. Nebulant, you are special. But like special in a good way, not like you tell someone that you're like, oh, you're special. Like you're special in a good way. That was mean. You can be both. True. Oh. So this is the part I hate most about building while streaming, is that if I wasn't streaming, I would get my head all up in here, but I've got to like sit straight up so that way you can actually see and you don't just like look at the top of my head the entire stream. I'm just gonna do it. I think I'm getting art stuff. It's cool, like A3 green matte thing would be helpful for customizing keyboards. It's cool this year. I'm gonna be a box. You're going to be a box that you can out the parts in. Cool. Cool. Sounds fun. Sounds interesting. exclamation point lube. Unfortunately, don't have an exclamation point lube command, but you can go over to switchmod.net/mexondeck, get 4% off of anything that they have in stock. And they do lube runs every day. And you can get 205 grade 0, 3203, and 3204. And occasionally other vendors, like sometimes people have like 205 in stock, but not always. So stay up to date on all of our vendors. You can also look at Novel Keys. They've been stocking lube. Key Company's been stocking lube. Nice, man. That should be fun. I'm sure you will enjoy that. I really need to get a fan. And I mean to every time I order something on Amazon to get a fan. But I don't. Don't be an idiot like me. If you're soldering a lot of boards, buy a fan. If not, you know what? Have a nice day. Take your soldering hour and maybe take it outside. So you don't casually just like almost kill yourself. You're my only inspiration. Nobody else will. Maybe Raphael doll display. Okay, you're getting a little weird, mom dude. Tone it back a little bit, my guy. Maybe take a rest. Get some sleep. Come back Tuesday or Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. I don't know what time that is in the UK, but I would assume probably very early in the morning. Disco Crocodile. How you doing, my guy? How are you doing? Glad it's the weekend. Feel you on that. Although every day's the same for me. Because Rona took my job away. Sag. Yeah. iTalks GPL 105, a good one for really new to this. So GPL 105 is good for like springs. You can also do it on switches as well. I have some GPL 105 right here. This is what I use on my springs. You could also use it switches as well. Some people prefer it because it's a lighter. If you don't want something that's like super overly lubed, it provides a lighter lube experience. You like light switches, it's also a great option. But I would say the overwhelming majority of the community prefers 205 grade 0 for linears, and then it's kind of up in the air between 3203 and 3204 for tactiles. Yeah, 205 grade 0 or 206 grade 2 is like real thick. But I wouldn't recommend going over 205 grade 0 for your switch. You might run into some issues. What are the switches and how are you going to lube them? They're already lubed with 205 grade 0 and they are H1 switches. These were purchased on Novel Keys. They are very similar, if not exactly the same, just with a different spring as the Novel Keys dry switches. Now the silks will differ in the fact that they are pre-lubed with a 205 grade 0, but those will also be very similar. Where do you rate H1s personally in terms of linears? I mean, the JWK linears are kind of like my favorite right now. They're just above creams for me. And that's kind of how it is for me right now. JWK linears, streams. On the Teha Types Discord, I just joined a few hours ago. I'm going to go on the rules and the chat and like media so I don't get what's happening. I mean, you probably have to accept the rules. And then it'll let you see the rest of what's happening in the Discord. That's typically how it goes. Once you accept the rules, then you can see what's going on. Do I like Telios? I do enjoy Telios. I don't think they sound quite as good as the like a lubed and filmed H1 or Mauve. That would be kind of where I stand on those. And I think that's the general consensus, is that Telios don't sound quite as nice as lubed and filmed AWK switches. Jazz keyboard, the phone and other stuff. I have not seen that. Artisan Labs, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you are having a fantastic weekend so far. I'm not sure what part of the world you are in. If you're here in America and your weekend just started. If you're overseas, you're coming up on Sunday. But either way, I hope you had a fantastic day. South Carolina. Well, there you go. Is Clemson playing today? The Tigers? What soldering do you use and at what setting? Well, the real slippy, I use a Heiko FX 888D. I solder at 650 degrees Fahrenheit. Or freedom units, depending on how American you are. Some people solder all the way up to 700. 650 is a good place kind of start. I like it because it allows me to be precise. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. Considered moving up, but I'm so hyped for my B-Day in 2 days. My next door neighbor is just gonna give me Among Us for my birthday. Give me music production stuff. Nice, man. Happy birthday. Enjoy it. Among Us is a fun game. I really enjoy watching streamers play it. 350C, whatever nonsense temp he said. I've been rocking at 550. Interesting. Dude, happy birthday, Stash. That's right. It's the 20th. We talked about that when we had you on a couple weeks ago. On, coincidentally, my birthday. Been rocking at 550. Interesting. One Skywalker. That's all dependent on what you get, man. This hobby is very much you can spend as much as you want or as little as you want. There are options at all levels. You want to buy a keyboard that's $50? You can. You want to buy a key set that's $25? You can. You want to buy a key set that's $200? You can. I mean, it's all dependent on what you want to put into it. There's no set amount. No noticeable changes in the speed of melt. A bit safer. Yeah. Everyone is sold out of lube. If there's one thing in this hobby so far, it's patience. Yeah, this hobby is definitely a be patient kind of hobby. Is Disco Crocodile still here? Because I think he had some, last time I checked, he had some 205 in stock over at Typer Tools. Are you left-handed? Yes, I am in fact left-handed. I don't want to talk about expensive. Why not, Neb? Don't you like expensive key sets? You have a bunch of them. Need to get me a set of Bingsu. Bingsu is so hot, dude. It looks so good. I'll probably be streaming for probably another like maybe hour or so. Hence, I gotta go help a buddy rip out some carpet after this, so I do need to get done at some point. But we will be live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time or Chicago time. Not sure what that is in the England land. The land of the Queen. I have no idea. We are live every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Sell one and people will stop me. Spinning dolphin. Dude, just sell it on Reddit, all right? No one cares. People sell their own sets that they made on Reddit. It's okay. Wet to the other side of the pad. It's too much. All right. Are we done? I think we're done. Are we done here? I think we are. Everybody should buy Bingsu. True. True. Bingsu is good set. Yeah, I think we're done. Let me plug it in. Let's see. Some agua. That's called addiction. Sent my That's Called Addiction clip. Oh. Yeah, I should make sure that I have switch hitter open to where y'all can see it. Via's not there. Switch hitter. So for whatever reason, these are on random numpad numbers. It was like that earlier. But let's see, y'all. Interesting. Delete instead of backspace. All right. This is my playlist, my stream playlist. Why is it delete? All right. I'm gonna need to program this out. I think this also has like the weird, like everything is all bound to the left side. Yeah. I hate that. I hate when they do that. So it's what? Home, page up, page down, in. It should be delete, page up, page down. This should be function, but it's alt. Big sad. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. A super common in some Chinese firmwares for a while. Yeah, I know my Orange 75 also has everything bound to only left side, which is obnoxious in my opinion. Is that an aluminum or FR4 plate? It is in fact an aluminum plate. I'm in a pickle. I don't have a lot of desk mat. This one's got stuff on it. We're just gonna put the bottom sheet. Let's put this thing in here. COD 67 had that too. Yeah, I would imagine it's a China thing. You gonna burger mount? No. Honestly, I don't know if you could realistically burger mount with these screws. Look at how tiny these plate mount screws are. They're itty bitty. They're little guys. Just little guys. So little. Just moved to my new place. Ready set up to get my office this week. If you in the Discord when it's done, hell. Congrats on the move, my dude. Little baby screws. Yeah, they are tiny. They're like, it's like 3 turns. It's done. It's definitely an interesting thing when you figure how large the board is. And these tiny little screws, relatively tiny weight. Just interesting design choices all around. I have my Winculus Sirius burger mounted with the Wilbaflex PCB. It's night and day from top mount IMO. Nice. That was like 2 turns. So fun. I might need to try that. I know Mr. Tiny Bush is all about the burger mount. He leads the burger mount charge in the community. Not gonna lie, here's another thing. If you're designing a board, don't do this. Just don't. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Don't do this. Daughter boards are aplenty in 2020. Just don't do that. What's up with the USB? There's nothing up with it. It's just it protrudes from the PCB, and there's a lot of boards that do that. My Orange 75 has this, but in a way more exaggerated fashion. Boards like the Leaf 60 have this. There's a couple other ones that have this, but it's like with the AI03 open source daughter board, just use a daughter board. We don't need those anymore. Ducks, yes. Just use a daughter board. Yeah, a lot of great studios do as well. This is not USB-C. It is mini. I will agree with you, Conan, if that is kind of frustrating, that it will not turn on its own. But I find it to be okay. Soldering iron. Alright. Need my, for whatever reason, randomly different. It's the wrong one. This one. I need you. And I need you. How heavy is this board? We'll find out. We will find out here pretty soon. Big screwdriver. Big screw. Lots of interesting design choices here on the F7 Elephant. I must say that I'm very much, of all things, very much not a fan of the bump-ons covering the screws. I think if you're going to try to go for a screwless design, what was the point? Because you kind of ruined it the instance you did that. The instance you did these, you made it kind of null and void. So, give me external bump-on mounts, or just don't put them and say, hey, you just put the bump-ons wherever the hell you want them to go. Make bump-ons an optional thing. Alright, well now that I'm together, I'm going to test it one more time, because if I'm going to put, I don't think I'm going to put the bump-ons on. I also don't want to scratch the bottom. I also don't want to use it on I'm sure the owner of the board has more bump-ons. If they need to change them out, I'm going to put bump-ons on. Whooshes? Thank you. Appreciate the follow, my dude. Dude, the bump-ons don't even fit the entire crevice. The owner has many bump-ons. Maybe you have bump-ons that fit this better than the bump-ons that it came with. Possibly. Kind of want to clean up drivers back in this strangely cylindrical tube. All right, chat. What are we thinking? We thinking minimal? We thinking nines? Something completely different? Thinking you're sore. Okay, well that doesn't help me with my key set dilemma, Neb. You have no, I do not. But for keycaps, nines, cool. Neb wins because I have nines sitting right here. I think nines is a great choice. Because nines looks fantastic on this color of board. I don't know if we're gonna go accents. Side and link. Non-flipped for the win. Dude, you gotta stay flipped. How dare you flip that spacebar? Listen, you can flip it back when you put it together. Alright. I guess we're going with we'll go with what the board is actually like mapped to right now. Be. Why flip spacebar? I prefer the way flip spacebar feels when I'm like typing, just generally, because the way that my thumbs rest when I type, it just sits nicely on the flipped, whereas if I were to flip it around, my thumbs sit on the edge. Because for me to have like this hand position, because I'm tall, I would have to be almost standing. Not almost standing, but it would be, I would have to either have a much lower desk or a much higher chair. Yeah, as Han said, try it for yourself. See what you like. See if you enjoy it as well. I think I agree with Neb on the no accents, because I'm gonna put some artisans on here. Can I please grab a key that I actually need? I'm gonna put some artisans on here. Need a lower desk. The problem is this is the standard height of desks. Tall boy problems. And I sit with my chair as high as it will possibly go. I raise my standing desk a bit when I solder or lube, stops me from bending over as much. Yeah, if I had this space, I would totally have a like separate build area that was a standing desk. Chewy and I have both talked about wanting to have that. To like build on a standing desk. This is gonna make him want to get 9s. Now you have Boneyard? Oh, nice. Well, I guess no 9s for you then. Wait, that's not right. It's that one. So many shifts. I'm gonna do what I'm actually gonna format it to. Scoops. I know you're a bars bro, but I'm Scoops. All right. I think 9's round 2 should be shipping soon. You like both? Put that key upside down. Why I did that? This is caps lock. I'm dumb. Big dumb. UW. What up, Keep Noob? How you doing, Elevision? You having a fantastic Saturday so far? You enjoying the weekend? I got 9s or 2 months ago from Kono. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with when it was actually going to ship. Jantic, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you are having a good time. Really missing that. They're stepped caps. DXC3. I'm good. Had some bad news though. My oldest cat has. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really unfortunate. Are they going to be able to perform surgery, hopefully? That. Correct page down. C. And K. It's good. Yeah, it's definitely good that that Kitty seems very happy. It's always really rough when you have a pet gets sick or it's injured. It's terrifying to think about, honestly. But hopefully they can figure it out, get them A-okay. Back up and running in no time. Alright. Put that to the side. Alright. We're gonna put some artisans on. I'd let you choose, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to choose them. Those two can't be next to each other because they're both really big. Come on. Let me put... over each. Can I put Jam Jams next to it? Yeti Owl's just a big boy. This is quite a collection here of different colors. All right. All right, chat. Let's get you in here a little bit. Sorry for the wobblies. Let's get you in here. Take a gander. I'm gonna use the glove to clean off these caps. They are a little bit oily from my fingers. This is the S7 Elephant. We've got this looks really good, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of shine. Nines is my probably second most used set. We got some pretty hot artisans on it as well. We've got a Observer by Lidity Caps in the Rookie of the Year colorway. We got some Jams. We've got a Mex on Deck Yeti Owl. We've got an Albumin. We got a Bad Luck. This looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I think the neutral color, like Neb said, kind of brings out the... It like makes all the artisan colors okay. This looks really good. You want to see a butt shot? Here is the Keeb butt of the elephant, the Elefante. Looking mighty fine. Your USB cutout. We'll say not 2020 spec there. A little bit of room going on. But you know, you can't win them all. Another reason to go with a daughter board over a... There was, in fact, PBT Ivory that ran recently. That would have been a nice addition. Alright. I want to hear how this thing sounds. Alright, let me get this all set up. Alright, got the music paused.
Boy, howdy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would be much louder than that. It's much quieter than I had expected. But it doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds pretty good. The switches feel great. 78 gram is really nice.
Nice build.
Biohazard, thank you for the 10 bits. Appreciate it. Did order from Divinity and my package hasn't moved in 5 days. Shipping that slow. I mean, with right now, with the way everything is, shipping times are kind of sus. Things that would normally get there in 2 days, get there in 5. Things that would normally get there in 5 days, get there in 7 or 8. So. Yeah, I mean, this board, it's much more subdued than I had expected it would be. But I like it. I like the way it looks. It just, God, it's so heavy. Oh, we should weigh it, huh? Let me grab my scale. I always have to put batteries in this because I'm running off the AC adapter in my kitchen. It's my coffee scale. All right. All right, so it's 3,800 grams, 3,840 grams, which is 8 point. It's a little more centered here. 8.465 pounds, or 135.46 ounces, or 3.84 kilos. It's pretty heavy for a 60 or 70% technically. Would be significantly heavier if it in fact had the whatchamacallits brass plate. Those are the words. But it definitely looks fantastic. Get this scale out of here. Yeah. I think the aesthetics of this board is really cool. Bezels are freaking ginormous. I mean, look at this. Like, this is a 60%. Right? Like, this is a 60%. And it's like dwarfed by it. Thing is massive, dude. It's so big. But no. It looks great. All right. But, chat, about that time, right side. It's wrong. It is about that time. I got things I gotta get done. I gotta go be an adult, do adult things, help my friend who's trying to be even more of an adult and do adult things. But before I go, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Switchmod.net. Head on over to switchmod.net/mexondeck. Get yourself 4% off any in-stock item. Also, they're running GMK beta for the rest of the month. So definitely check that out. Next up, Mech. Head on over to mexondeck.dixiemech.com. Yeah, exactly, Neb. Go to mexondeck.dixiemech.com, pick up SA Dual Shot, as well as get in on the 8008 inks, which are up for pre-order right now. Mecha bags will be coming out soon. Project Keyboard, head on over to mexondeck.project.link. GMK Noir is just around the corner. It's apiary keyboard set. If you're not familiar with her, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but she's at twitch.tv/apiary keyboards. She does fantastic stuff, so check her out, as well as check out GMK Noir. And then Canon Keys, canonkeys.com/mexondeck. As we mentioned earlier, the Brutal 60 is back in stock tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bookmark that if you are interested in picking one up. If you use any of those links, it definitely does help us out a ton. I do want to give a quick shout out to our partners as well. Zap Cables. I don't even know my own command. Zap Cables, zapcables.com. Get you some of the best cables in the business. Type B, sign up for their newsletter, coming out every few weeks. Spitting hot fire. So check that out and get signed up. And then Smith and Rune, keep your eyes out for the Iron 180. Protos are coming soon, which means the board is just around the corner. And, you know, get yourself some merch while you're over there. You want to look hot? You want to look just like Luke Barron? Get yourself some Smith and Rune merch over at smithrune.com. And with that, guys, I am out for today. I am going to raid Mr. DD Decline. Looks like he is lubing up some switches. He is building some stuff today, so he's a fantastic dude. So check him out. And again, we will be live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. So come hang out with us. And then Wednesday, we will be live again with a guest. I don't remember exactly who it is. I believe it's I Am Me, You Are You this week, which means it's going to be tons of cool and fun conversations about boards and about everything that's going on in the community. So come hang out with us Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, and we will see you soon. Have a great weekend.